Hello and welcome, I'm Mystical. This is Mystical Gaming. We're jumping into Watcher of Realms. Now, this is my Forerunner account, okay? So just be aware, this is the update announcement we've just got. So this is coming on the 14th, 1800 UTC -8, which would mean it would be on the early hours of the 15th for me, okay? So Wednesday morning, this will arrive. And look at this. It's absolutely massive. Absolutely. There we go. There's loads to get through. Okay, so right, what normally happens is the Forerunner would get an update on 1 week, and then the following week it gets another sort of update, and then they leave it for a week or two to make sure they're going all right, and then they get the updates together and then they put them on the global. So this is normally at worst sort of a month off global if everything goes all right. Okay, so that's where we sit if no one knows. Right, let's jump into it and have a look at what these updates are all about then. So first place we're going off to the arena. We're going to have a look at the rankings. So this is the first place we want to be. Right, so this is the first update then for Arena. This version update increases Arena weekly settlement rewards. Meanwhile, the chests in all rewards have been adjusted. They've added in diamonds and summoning crystals and removed gold and XP potions. Commanders can claim the increased weekly settlement rewards on the Arena page after the update. The detailed adjustments are as follows. So these are all the updates here. It says summoning crystals and diamonds, but plat 3 rare summoning crystal, already get that. Diamonds 650. So I think the orange part is the diamonds they've increased. I don't see the increase of the summoning crystals. There we go. I don't see that, but maybe they're adding those in as well. Okay, but there's definitely a diamond increase. So that is the weekly adjustment rewards for Arena. So feel free to have a look through, see where you are, and see how many more diamonds you're getting, which is never a bad thing, is it? It's all free stuff, so that's all good news there. Next part of the update is going to be heroes. A lot of heroes to get through, okay, a lot of heroes. Right, let's get into the gallery then, okay, and have a look at some of the heroes they are updating. Right, first hero I'm going to look at is Ghan. Okay, now he is getting a buff as well, all right? They're really pushing this lot, aren't they? So this is the buff he's getting. It's just a small, very subtle change to the talents. Where the talent at the moment, damage scales off defense, that remains the same. It increases defense by 2% for 15 seconds. That 15 seconds part, that's the bit that's going. Okay, he's going to take every 5 seconds or each time the hero's hit. That will upgrade his defense by 2% up to a maximum of 30%, but now it's permanent as opposed to just being on for the 15 seconds. Okay, so that's the first part of his buff. Right, so talent gets a change, also his ultimate gets a change as well. It's staying mostly the same, they're just adding an extra little bit on the bottom. Okay, so everything about the block, physical and magical damage reduction, that all stays the same. To the allies in range, that's all the same, lasts 15 seconds. During this skill, when taking fatal damage, the hero enters unyielding for 5 seconds. Who's going to get an unyielding attached to his ultimate as well. Okay, so that's where they're starting with Ghan. More now. Okay, so the next part they're doing is his passive as well. So this is his passive at the moment. Okay, so when he takes damage, there is a chance that he's going to deal some big AoE damage to the enemies in front of him, but that's been reworked now. So now after it's going to be every 7 to 5 seconds. It's not a chance, it's guaranteed. After that period of time, he will immediately attack 10 enemies. He deals the same amount of AoE damage, same number of heroes, but now while he's taking damage as well, he can reduce the cooldown of this ability by half a second every time he gets hit. Okay, so that could come around really fast. Right, wish I had him, but I don't. Okay, there we go. That's always the way with buffs. Right, so next thing they've changed on him, Battle Cry is his ultimate, okay, and then he's got this Frantic Retribution, that's his passive. Now the next thing they've changed is his Awakened 3, all right? Now, what they've done on this is after the ultimate, the battle cry ends, the next basic attack triggers a special frantic retribution. Instead, this is all much the same, dealing up to 1000% AoE damage to a maximum of 10 enemies. The AoE is based on the number of times a hero received damage during the ultimate. That's what it was. Now, most of that is the same, but they are just adding a very nice little change there. The AoE is based on the number of times this hero and allies within the ultimate range have taken damage during the ultimate as well. So they're including all the allies that are around with him as well. They are going to aid you in actually getting your big hit off, which can only improve the actual damage output. Okay. Again, still not it. Let's jump back now. Oh, sorry. A little while ago, if you remember, they had their Lord skills buffed as well, didn't they? But they've not finished with the Lord skills just yet. There we go. Right, let's get this up. So he's getting his Lord skill buffed. It's not much of a buff, but it is a little something, okay? So instead of faction team members gaining 20% attack and defense when the HP drops below 30%, now what they've done is they've reworded it slightly, but it's essentially the same thing. And then when HP drops below 25%, okay, their attack and defense increase an extra 5%. So you'll go down to 30%, you'll get that increase, and then at the 25%, you'll get a little increase as well. So not finished updating the chaotics yet, then it would have seemed, which is good news. So there we go. That's Ghan's buffs. So say that's it with his buffs. They've also done a couple of little extra things as well. They fixed some issues where the counter attack in Awaken 3 did not trigger with Awaken 5 under certain conditions. I haven't got one, let alone one that's at A5. And they fixed an issue where the ultimate could not be granted to ally heroes with invisibility under certain conditions, and they've optimized the description text for the ultimate as well. Okay, so there's a couple of little extra bits there with a couple of little fixes for him as well. Right, let's go on. Next hero then. We're staying in here. And here he is, next person with a buff or a change. Right, it's his talent that they're looking at. All right, now let's go through this. Right, so the changes to Drac are with regards to his talent and how it sort of works. So I don't know if you call it a buff or a reworking or something like that, okay? But essentially, he still cannot launch basic attack actively while on the field. Now, this is where it subtly changes. He applies Soul Rot to 2 allied heroes with the highest attack within 2 tiles. That's what he used to do. Now he continuously applies Soul Rot to 2 allied heroes with the highest attack within 2 tiles. Boom, that bit remains the same, okay? But now he's continuously doing it. So what he does at the moment, the target selection updates each time the ultimate ends. So when he does his ultimate, he would then have another look for the 2 allies that he needs to do it to. Now it's going to be continuous, so you don't have to wait for the ultimate to end, okay? Other than that, it's pretty much the same. There's just the targeting that's changed with him, okay? With regards to, you don't need the ultimate going off, okay? That is the change for Drac. Right, his talent done. Now on to his ultimate. This is having a change as well. Okay, it's a little tricky in the wording. So I haven't got it. I'm stupid. Didn't pull him. Okay, won't be making that mistake again. So this changes a little bit. You'll have to tell me. So absorbs all soul rot effects, and then he would retarget. So that's now gone because he's doing it all the time. Okay, and then the rest of the blurb coming down is pretty much the same until we get to the bottom. The damage, time from the ultimate, the anti-heal, increased attack speed, all of that is the same. On the, as he does now, then it's after the ultimate ends, he consumes all Soul Siphon stacks. Now it reads, Soul Siphon stacks cannot be gained during the ultimate, and all stacks will be consumed when the ultimate ends. All right. They're the difference. So I believe this is because he's now doing the soul rot continuously. I assume that's what they're meaning by you cannot gain them, because he would have absorbed them at the front end of the one that we've got at the moment and then would retarget. So I assume that's what it is, but you'll have to let me know if I've got that right. Right, let's go and have a look at some more unnamed unnamed heroes are getting a buff because they need that. So firstly, Ajax's talent there, okay, basic attack has 10% chance to inflict some burning, okay, so that's getting a quick beefed up version as well. So a basic attack has a 20% chance to inflict burning instead of the 10. Each time the hero inflicts, refreshes, each time the hero inflicts or refreshes burning, increases hero's damage by 5% for 5 seconds, up to an increase of 25%, okay, so when he's doing that AoE, you could actually tick off quite nice chunks of damage there. Now we're also seeing a change to his ultimate as well, okay, so at the moment he's going to deal 140 to 180% of damage, and that's getting a straight up buff. That's going from the 160 all the way up to 200% AoE damage, the same number of targets for 5 seconds, and inflicting burn, so it's a straight up damage buff to his ultimate. Now what we see is his first passive getting a change as well, Thunder Strike, so that's getting a little change as well, okay, so before the basic attack has 15% chance to cast lightning, blah 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 blah, okay, basic attack and the ultimate attack now have a chance of 15% chance to cast a lightning bolt up to 5 enemies, dealing 200% range, inflicting stone, so that's all the same. They're just including the ultimate in with that as well, okay, so you get the passive there. So that 5 seconds there where he casts his ultimate, you can still get a chance there to hit the Thunder Strike as well, okay, so that's going to be a nice little damage buff for him. Now the next part of the change on him I really like, okay, so this A1 is actually getting a change for him as well, okay, so Destructive Breath activated increases crit damage by 40%, and they are changing that, okay. Destructive Breath activate increases penetration by 30%. I think this could be massive, okay, depends where he's going, but I think this could be actually good. I think we're going to see a lot more playtime coming out from Ajax shortly with that AoE stuff he's now doing. Now, if you've got your Ajax up to A3, okay, he's got a trigger chance for the Thunder Shock, trigger chance plus 10%, but now they're adding some more into it, so increases the trigger chance of Thundershock by 10%, and that bit's the same, but it's now also going to inflict a 50% slow on people as well, or mobs. So whilst that's it for Ajax, it is not it for unnamed either, okay, so we're getting more buffs. Right, for this then we want to have a look at a couple of things, okay, so the bit that's getting a buff is the Winter's Bite. This part here is getting changed slightly, but we have to be aware of the talent, okay, so when deployed unleashes Borrow Winds, inflicting slow on all enemies within 2 tiles, so within that 2 tile range he's going to inflict this wind attack on people, and that's the area that we need to be aware of, okay. So when we have a look at this, Winter's Bite optimization, movement speed slowing, that's all the same, stacks up 3 times, that's the same. When reaching 3 stacks, inflicts a freeze on the target for 2 seconds, and that's all the same. Now it's the last couple of bits here, so within that 2 tile range that Borrow Winds, any ally who inflicts Winter's Bite on the target with freeze will trigger Cold Wave, dealing magic damage 1 time equal to 100% of the allied hero's attack. So he's going to actually it's going to be sort of a buff as far as I can read into this. It's that 2 tile range, anyone in there who inflicts any damage in there or inflicts the Winter's Bite in there, then they're going to trigger this extra damage. That's the way I read it, so that's going to be quite interesting, particularly as we've had a new limited hero who also inflicts Winter's Bite as well, so we'll have to see how that plays out. So that's pretty much it for him, really. He's had some other small buffs as well, but it's not going to affect the majority of us, okay, right. So if we've got him up to A4, the A4 is a bit lackluster, so now he's going to increase the range of the Borrow Winds. Now remember, that's going to help you out when you've got more people inflicting more things on him, or more Winter's Bites. You'll have a chance to increase that as well. And then we've got a change on the A5 as well. So after casting 2 ultimate times, increases the range of subsequent ultimates. Okay, so there's the extra range he's got. Now it now reads permanently increases range. So after casting, it increases the subsequent range of ultimates. After, permanently increases the ultimate's range. So you don't have to cast the 2 ultimates first to actually get the increase in range. It's just going to be a straight up increase in range for you once you've got into A5. Okay, you don't have to worry about kicking off those 2 ultimates for him. Right, now we're off to the Northerners, aren't we, of all places. Now, a girl who's just received the nerf then. Right, let's go in. So this is the changes they've made to her. So the first thing they're changing then is the passive here, Crimson Oath. Now what they're doing is, there's a lot of blurb here, so she's going to gain attacks equal to 40/50% of the current allied hero. That's what she's got at the moment, but now it's going to be 2 allied heroes instead of just the 1. Okay, that's essentially the change there. She's getting attack from 2 heroes as opposed to 1. Is that better, or should they have just raised the amount that she gets up? Who knows? Let's give her some play and see how that's actually going to pan out. Now the next part is on her passive here, her passive bonded skill. If you've got Drac, then this will affect you. So the ultimate is triggered. Lady Mina can gain 20% of the current crit damage from, again, it's 2 allies with the highest attack on the field. All right, so that's where she's going to get it from. It's going to be from the allies with the highest attack. And then the other thing they've added into her is they've buffed up her exclusive artifact as well. Okay, so where it increased attack by 20 to 30%, it's now going to increase AoE damage by 20 to up to 35%. And then the enhanced basic attack restores 2% rage to the hero. That's going to be instead of to the caster. Okay, so there we go. That's what she's having changed from. It's now coming from 2 allies, and then if you've got Drac, it will be 2 allies as well for the crit damage, and then her exclusive is going to get AoE damage instead of just increasing her attack. There we go. We'll have to see if that helps her out. I don't think that's going to get her as much playtime as she used to get, but there we go. That's it. Okay, so that's it for hero straight up buffs. Now there are a couple of fixes as well. So Pierre the Painter, they've added a new effect to the summoning unit. Its remaining duration does not decrease when... Oh, sorry, they've added a new effect to the summoning unit. Prismark, its remaining duration does not decrease when there are no enemies in its attack range. Okay, Vleta Vane, optimized performance when an Infernal Lord is using focus fire. Greta, they fixed an issue where her talent attacks sometimes failed to randomly select targets. And then Kangiri, they fixed an issue where in certain circumstances, Sweeping Strike and Ember Strike would sometimes fail to attack blocked enemies. Okay, so they're the fixes going on as well. Okay, so hero buffs and fixes, that's them done. Now let's go on and look at some other stuff. So like I say, there's straight up hero buffs, but there's some new stuff coming as well, and it's here in the old Forge. So this is what we've got coming up. There are some new artifacts coming in. No, they didn't mention Ingrid. So Rivenhold's getting a new artifact, so she's going to increase attack, and when the ultimate is triggered, she's going to dispel debuffs from allies within the hero's basic attack range and restore 30% rage to the hero as well. So that's quite a nice one. Vorn's getting an exclusive as well. Okay, he's going to increase damage by 20 to 35% when dealing damage to a target with a shield, restores 250 rage, trigger interval every 60 seconds. And then Beatrix getting one. I love this one for Beatrix. Okay, so they're going to increase, she's getting an attack increase, that's fine. They're going to extend the duration of the Dream Eater's effect by 3 seconds and increase its movement speed as well. Okay, so we'll be flying around all over the screen. So there we go. Riven, Vorn and Beatrix are all getting new exclusives. Okay, now we've got the standard stuff that comes around this time. So what it is, every time when it comes around, oh sorry, not yes it is there, isn't it? Every time it comes around, this is what we get this time round. So we will see the calendar here, and this is where we are. So this is where our update is coming. It's sort of coming on this week here with 3 weeks to go before it's out. So that's probably a good bet on the global, have a look at this week on the global, 3 weeks before the end. Okay, so this is what they've done. Season 14 is coming out. They've updated the central keep and defensive towers for the new season. They've updated new season themes, avatar emotes. That's normal. New demon soldier. Doom Ripper can be obtained through Guild Wars. Fine. Bot strongholds have been re-added to the tier A list. Demon soldier Doom Ripper features a moderate survivability and the ability to inflict stun on enemy ground heroes. And the mystery demon chest adjustment. They've added a new demon soldier to the mystery demon chest, and that is a tormented banshee. So that was one from season 13. If you notice, it's gone from 1 to 3. The bit I've missed out there is for the gauntlet dates as well. Okay, I don't presume that will affect many people. It'll just be on those on the Forerunner, and they can have a look at this themselves. Is that everything? Of course it's not. There is loads in this, absolutely loads. Right, oh, I need to do some of this, don't I? Right, so here we go. Here's the next level. So Ymiret's Halls of Illusion, they've reduced the difficulty of Molten Obsidian 3 and Molten Obsidian 4. They've removed the taunt effect of the Skeleton Giant Shielder in Beatrix Halls of Illusion. They've reduced the difficulty of auto fight in the Halls of Illusion. Suicides no longer appear randomly and will only spawn at position 4 on the map, so you now know where they're coming from and you can build a team around that. That's nice. And they've added a secondary confirmation prompt for ending a background fight early. Okay, there we go. Made it easier for Obsidian, and the suicide bombs, you actually now know where they're coming from. Right, let's go. Got some new content coming as well. Brand new content. Let's go and have a look at where this is going. Yeah, we're into gear raids and we're off to other gear dungeons. This is going to get longer because this is what is coming. They've added Gear Dungeon 3. So from the 1st of the 5th, okay, Gear Dungeon 3, stages 1 to 13 will be open for commanders to challenge. To challenge them, you need to have cleared stage 18 of Gear Raid 1, 2 and 3. They've added the keys for Gear Dungeon 3, which resets to 100 on the 1st of every month, so that's why it's coming in on the 1st. That rotation there will get it. Gear Dungeon 3 progress displays in the personal profiles, best pages. They've added a Gear Dungeon 3 rating display to the hero's interface, and they've added advanced gear casting hammer and shard advanced rear casting hammer to the dungeon shops. Okay, so we'll see those next time round as well. Okay, so Gear Dungeon 3 coming, brand new content. Don't know what it's like, but when the patch drops, we still won't be able to see it either because it's not until another month, is it? So we'll have to wait until the end of the month. Maybe will we see it then? Will global come out then, or will it be a month later for global? We'll have to wait and see on that one. Now, you'd like to think that's the end of new content, but it's not. We're off over here in Gear Force. Here we are here. Now this is getting changed or added to, or I don't know. Look, so Void Rift epilogue, so the bit up here, optimization, significantly reduced the difficulty of all stages and added 2 brand new bosses. Okay, so they've been reduced and there's 2 new bosses added in there. That's fine. After clearing the epilogue stages, endless challenge mode will be unlocked. Commanders can freely choose tags to select the difficulty that suits them. Experience better combat strategy to earn points. Don't know what points we're getting or why we're getting them, but we'll have to find out later. And they've added a leaderboard ranking to the epilogue. So you know as much as me, I don't know if the points mean anything or it's just a fun thing to do or anything else. I know nothing more than that, but we'll have a look when it comes out and we'll have a little play around and hopefully we'll be able to see what that is all about. Now, that's not really it, but we'll just come out and do it on this screen here. Okay, so the last bits they've put on there, they've optimized rewards for Drake's Chasm, removing the spirit drops from Abyss 1. There's plenty of other things they could have removed from the rewards there, but there we go. Adjusted the difficulty of some of the Odyssey quests after optimization. Commanders who have attempted the adjusted quests will automatically accept the next quest and receive the rewards compensation adjusted via the mail. Fine. They fixed an issue where a change in the hero's skin, their summons would sometimes fail to be summoned during auto fight in Titanic Runes Matrix 1. There we go. Don't know. Bottom one, really nice as well. This is a nice little quality of life change. They've optimized the quick cast function for the hero's skills. For a hero who has a 2-phase skill, you can now tap their avatar in the auto cast settings in battle to control the casting of that ultimate. So I presume these are the ones that go up to 200%, that sort of thing. We'll be able to adjust those. Whether that includes the arbiters or not and their lord skill, I don't know, but we'll test that out when the patch actually drops and see where we're going, and maybe just ask the devs, could you include this, or is this getting added as well if need be? But there we go. That, I think, is everything. Let's just have a quick look. These are all the patch notes here. So arena, we've gone over. We've got the new rewards coming out. Heroes, Ghan's been done. Lord skill fixed an issue, and then we've got Count Dracula, and then we've got Ajax. Awakened hero, yes. Oh, Lady Mina's in there as well. Exclusive artifacts, new artifacts coming, Guild Wars coming. They're the dates for the Gladiators Gauntlet if you're on Forerunner. Okay, so they're there as well. Matrix Hall 4, stages adjustments 5 there. Cleared stages, added a leaderboard. Don't know anything more than that. And there we go. That's it all done. Thank you very much. I deserve a thumbs up. I enjoy a like and a subscribe. If you've got this far, I must have done an okay job. Thank you very much for your time. Okay, I'll see you in a video again soon. Some good stuff in there. I will have a quick look to see when we think it will be coming on global as well. Will we get in before the month changes for Gear Dungeon 3? Okay, right then. Thanks very much for your time. Cheers. Bye.